Hello and welcome to the last of the videos that I'm going to have to record after the fact, although only half of it, because this is a video I was interrupted in, and in an odd twist, I actually reactivated the microphone, presumably when I was interrupted, thinking I turned it off, forgot to turn it back on again. Yeah, huzzah. So anyway, this is going to be very confusing, because the first 14 minutes or so I'm going to be talking from the future, and then I'll be going back to the present. What's annoying with this is I miss the audio of me experiencing the awesomeness that is the rocket tank for the first time. That being said, it never gets dull after this point. Never gets dull. So we have a civilian that we can see, and we have a rocket tank armed with a pulse laser. You also see we're on this map, but it's sort of started us in a different position, which is a little awkward because it means I've got to run my way round. So, yeah. Now, my general decision process from here is that, in theory, we have a civilian nearby anyway. We'll get indication if he dies. So, you know, we might as well continue on like that and see how things go. I like the spooky dark music. It always seems to play it at night, then I always seem to have my missions at night. It's something I've got to get around. Kung Pao X. Still doing reasonably well, actually, Kung Pao X. Next stage. Normally Kung Pao gets himself killed the moment he becomes the commander. It hasn't quite happened yet, but it will. And then whoever replaces him, Kung Pao normally becomes the Gaspard. And yeah, amazing start. Gus Hunter's nearly dead, I think. Good news on this front. Oh no, that's Rose. So Rose breaks, flees, and is alone facing Sebulon. And here I decide the very, very subtle tactic. Unfortunately, because of the way that he has to move, that I've already kind of doomed him a bit there, but at least I got the sight on him. Now, though, we need to save Rose. I've got no choice in the matter. I fire. And everything explodes. I thought it was going to be a solid shot. I'm stunned here, as though this is me sort of stunned reaction, definitely here, but dear God, it exploded. Massively. It's still a rocket tank. It may not be firing rockets, but it's still a darn rocket tank. It is absolutely amazing. And I love it. Because that's the thing, I didn't get a chance to use rocket tanks last time because I got to pulse lasers and then I lost the game. I didn't get to experience this, and it was absolutely worth it. And at the time of recording, I'm looking towards getting plasma tanks, which have to be more insane. Just rule of insanity. If thing is insane, next thing up should be more insane. God, I love shivs. I love it. I love the tanks in the game, in XCOM games. I love the shivs. This is the reason. Oh dear. Yeah, I will definitely be using a lot more rocket tank. And as you can see, somebody walked by. I think this is where I realise how much damage it can do. Yeah, Rose doesn't have her equipment, but you can easily just pick that back up. Go for the 95 shot. She's already ducked for it actually, so 40 done. I then decide, okay, we'll fire with the rocket tank. Boom. Did damage itself, and then I realised exactly how much damage it had done to itself. Yeah, you've got to be careful with those. Sorry. Also, general rocket tank rules apply. Never leave it with a snapshot if there's a remote possibility it can destroy something that isn't an alien, because dear God, none of my soldiers are going to survive that. The other kind of thought that I think I address at multiple points is that if we've got a weapon that powerful this early in the game, and it is comparatively early in the game, What the heck can the aliens come up with? Because, geez, facing that, they're just going to go, flee, they're mad! They've got a weapon that destroys everything! Mind you, they must have decent weapons, because you know they probably have their ship-style weapons. It's a good thing they're not still active, otherwise they just see the ground troops and go, hello. So I have 2 soldiers here, but none of them really with an easy way of dealing with things. I think I might... Do I really get flash here? I was debating it, but then I don't have the time units. And in his case, he doesn't have anywhere to put the gun. I was definitely debating this, the sort of splash attack there. This kind of doesn't help us massively. So I decided to hold off for the moment and return Gus's shotgun. Yeah, overall that was a complete waste of time, but hey, we now know where he is and we have him lit up. Do decide to be on the careful side and move back. Meanwhile, Ashton and whoever that is, Sammy. Because on the map, there's a large open area, plenty of cover. I decided to just light the area up first rather than risk running that way. Doesn't overly provide anything useful. And second flare doesn't see anything either, so I'm probably safe in that direction. I'm definitely safe in this direction. Because the darn tank's there. Now at this stage I'm still half debating whether the actual ship is there, but of course it isn't. It's a bigger ship, it needed to move. Which threw me initially, but it makes sense. And of course the time-honored tradition of hiding behind the most powerful weapon we own. Because dear God, who would go up and face the most powerful weapon we've got? It should not happen. So turn ends and we now have 2 people shooting us in different directions. Which is never a good thing. Especially when the one that's closest to us doesn't appear on our on the movement. So I move Kung Pao with a deliberate aim of trying to find out where this guy is. And we find him. So, what's the answer? I think you know. I think you know. Dear God, do I take a bit of a risk here? But it goes splat. This mission I go a bit overkill, and you might have already noticed this. But in the future, all of our people will be tanks. Except the people that actually need to be people because they actually can't enter a lot of the ships. So, Scruffy fires. I wanted to see if he had any reaction fire actually, but which is why I sort of did it that way around. But I got 58% chance. Twice. And we still failed to kill him. But hey, he's dealt with, suppressed, and I've mostly covered against him. And I'm also fairly certain that at this point these 2 are safe. If there was anything, I'd imagine we'd have had a shot by now. And I believe that is the end of turn. That is the end of turn. So with a suppressed alien to deal with, shield, troop and shotgun nearby, I don't really have too much to fear from that person, especially since I've got additional cover on the way. What I am fearful of is perhaps where at this stage. In the meantime though, a couple of pistol shots, and dear God, we've had our first internal disagreement. Gus is now bleeding, and yeah. Did earn a kill, though. That's rather annoying, Scruffy. At least he does have the upgraded medkits. So use the rest of the turn units to just basically dump a load of his stuff off, get the medkit ready for next turn. So we'll be able to undo the damage we actually did. Down you, Scruffy. But we have killed something without the tank this turn. I realise it's actually the weakest of the tank variants in this game. There are better ones, which in many ways is worrying, terrifying, and awesome. But we are definitely going to have upgraded tanks at some stage. It definitely is something that has to be done, especially once they got the plasma weaponry and once they are pretty much the way we're going to win this game. At least ground missions. Robots are the key to the future. As long as we don't talk about androns. So, Wounded Bros, we have now found the ship. Huzzah for that. So we heal up Gus this turn with the person who actually caused the injury in the first place, because, you know, that's just the way this goes. So make it in, and enough of a heal to just pretty much get him. It actually doesn't actually help at all, because unfortunately we don't have the time units. But hey, he's prepared and ready for next turn to be able to do some more, except that they ran him away. And why wouldn't you run away from somebody who shot him in the back? So we are all prepared other than the rocket tank moving into its position. It can actually enter this this one, but normally it can't because most of the UFOs seem to have a too wide entrance. I imagine the bigger ones might have more when we get to the really insanely huge ships, but I've got to actually shoot them down first. So who knows. Right, we're approaching about the 14-minute mark, so we'll be going back to the past again, which will be odd and a little jarring, so I apologise for that. But it's the only time I've noticed thus far at this point of recording where I haven't put audio on, so huzzah. Everything else seems to work fine, and yeah, I'll see you in the future, whenever that happens to be. Around episode 22, I think, now. I should really check this up, because this is what I'm basically doing, converting all my videos up. Ready for, hopefully one a day. And if I've not managed that, feel free to tell me off. But yeah, it'll be one a day, 8 PM, which it should already have been for the last 8, 9, 10 episodes. But still, we shall keep this up. The aliens must be fought at every turn. People must sacrifice themselves at every turn as well. So, on to attacking the ship. Right, continuing on. So we have Captain Rose positioned there, we have our tank positioned, though I'm probably going to set this up like that. And, oh, can I not run through there? I can't. Okay. Step forward. And we'll start moving the other people around from here. Sammy into position there. We'll then need our shield bloke around. Put that away, get your gun back out. Move you into position to be ready. And Gus, I think, will run over to here. At least for the moment, and Kung Pao round to the side. In turn. If they open the door, that pulse laser is going to destroy everything. I'm determined that it will be that way round, and also this does present a challenge actually, because if I do my normal trick of... Yeah, we'll go with that. He'll open the door, but he'll do it next turn. Ashton just moves one aside just in case. Ducks. Okay, so everybody's ready here. They open the door, somebody's dying. Possibly not me. Speaking of which, I don't have a Shadowhawk clone in this yet. I need to fix that, I think. Okay. Open the door. 4 is the number that is said. And the number that is said shall be 4. This, if that hits that wall, that'll actually probably damage and kill you. So let's start with some sensible sniping. Oop. Double miss. Compound X can't actually hit from there, and can't get into a position to be able to hit unless I move you there first. So we'll leave that for now. That's the thing. I do want to fire this, but if it hits that wall, it's probably gonna... The blast is probably gonna affect... Actually, the blast probably won't affect that. Not unless you hit there. So much wasted equipment! So much wasted equipment that is now on fire! Sammy, you're up. I think the aliens are going to go home after this. They have developed silly weapons of doom. I mean, sure, I imagine the aliens have silly weapons of doom as well. But, you know what? Ours are sillier. If you don't believe me, ours are sillier. Okay, double suppression. Shot back. Okay, so there's 2 still to deal with. Ours are sillier. Okay, your job. Open the door. Nothing there. Gus. You are suppressed, but you can at least get into position. Can you not get... Oh no, because of their position you can't actually get there anymore, which is fine. We'll hold those off. Kung Pao X, I think, should make an advance. Duck and ready, end turn. I'd rather keep the energy core intact. Let's get some value out of this mission. Okay, so I'm going to have to move Gus back in order to do this. Fair enough. Right. Duck and ready. Ashton moves forward. And now I can move you back, actually. So somebody is going to die when this opens again. Also move you in just because. You never know. Right. End turn. Hoping that shield holds. Good shot back. So he's wounded, which will be an advantage in a little bit. Alright, there's one. I don't have a lot of movement left to continue, so I'm actually going to duck there and call that the turn. How damage is this? The shield's not actually damaged. which is amazing. Keep you two back. Enter. Yep, that hit the shield. Shield doing what it's supposed to do. By a little bit of time. And I think because you've taken both your shots, then I might as well go for the kill. Who wants it? I think we'll send Sergeant Gus at this. Mission over. So Rose is injured for 8 days, Gus is injured for 10 days, but is promoted to lieutenant. And we pick up 30,000 in sellable things, and we saved all the civilians. Added bonus. Minus 68,000, that's going down. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Right, so let's just continue things. So we now research them. Our own species. Superior approximation of a human soldier. Highly intelligent. Accorded situation awareness by their oversized eyes. Dexterity and reflex is much the same as our own. Highly active brain tissue. Increase damage they inflict on these enemies by about 10%. So it's only a 10% boost. But still, a 10% boost is better than no boost. Next, we're going to research Elenium. We're saving the interrogation for now. But I think that'll be the next thing we research unless we get something major out of this. Laser pistol production is complete. Next, we're going to switch over to the jackal armor. I'm going to focus more on that, maybe. How much would scatter lasers take? 12 days. I need 2 of those, really. 1 if I'm going to send that over. But on the plus side, this now means that I can manage some soldiers a bit more effectively. So I shield over this main one who needs a laser pistol. Scruffy. We need laser pistol. 9 shots and 2 of those. So Scruffy's a bit more equipped in that regard. I think actually, can I transfer some inventory over? Transfer. Oh no, you see that the other way around. Transfer. Yeah, transfer 4 of those and 2 of the laser pistols over to the beta complex base. Transfer. Okay, so that'll happen. They'll have their laser. They'll have a couple of laser weapons on that side, and they'll have a few suits of armor. But Scruffy's the main one we need with a laser weapon, and he's got one now. So next, we just need scatter lasers and things to be built. Negative 79,000 is what we're currently going off at for the forecast change. Things have now arrived at Beta Complex. Let's go and equip some of the Beta Complexian soldiers. We're going to start with, oh, by the way, assign you. So the main people who are going to need it are the assault soldiers, or the assault soldier now, as we're down to. Thank you. You need one. The rifleman as well, I think. That'll be our main people needing it. And also our shield. And also, you, sir, are promoted to laser pistol. Though it is heavier than we're used to, unfortunately. That being said, that should be a bonus to you. We also have potentially one more, but I think we'll go and give that to... Who's the better with the... better sniper with the accuracy and everything else? I think it's going to have to be Anion, if only because Anion is more likely to be able to carry the darn thing. So we've got 9 shots with that if it comes to it. So huzzah. Now we need some laser rifles. But I'm going for the heavier ones first because, you know, heavy weapons. It makes sense to me. So jackal armor slowly being made. I think we definitely need to make this a construction base, really. And next budget, we're definitely going to put a couple of workshops into into Beta Complex. I might even build an extra hangar now, because that'll allow me to then build 2 workshops when that comes around to the funding phase of things. We shall see. So we'll end the video once we get another contact or something significant happens. Okay, we now researched the molecular structure is not different from methane. No way of recharging uranium, and we're certainly using its power any new technology we develop. Okay, that seems significant. We now have actually uranium explosives and alien alloy fabrication. So I think we're going to research that next. And I think we'll end the video there. So until next time.